There are places in this world that feel safe, your room, your sanctuary from the outside world. But sometimes, that safety can be shattered in the most unexpected and terrifying ways. This is the story of a university student named Sam, who learned that not all roommates are what they seem. Sam, an 18-year-old from the United Kingdom, had just moved into a flat with 7 other students. While most of her roommates were friendly, one of them stood out. Artemis, or Iggy as she was called. Small, quiet, and unsettling, Iggy was the kind of person who didn't belong. When Christmas break arrived, most of the flatmates went home, leaving Sam behind. But Iggy, like her, stayed in the flat for a few extra days. Sam didn't want to be alone with her, but she had no choice. On the 21st of December, Sam was relaxing in her room, preparing for the evening. But that night, something happened that would shatter her sense of security. The door to her room opened unexpectedly, and there stood Iggy, her expression cold, her eyes wide, with something unnerving. Iggy's question was bizarre. "Did you take my orange juice?" Sam was confused, but Iggy's anger was palpable. Iggy stood in the doorway for several minutes, her eyes never leaving Sam. The tension in the room was suffocating. Iggy stands still in the doorway, her gaze fixed on Sam, who is sitting on her bed, confused and uncomfortable. Iggy's lips curl into a small, unsettling frown as she demands answers about the orange juice. Sam laughs awkwardly, trying to ease the situation, but the air is thick with unease. That night, Sam went downstairs to meet Michelle, her dealer. When she returned, she noticed something strange. Iggy's door was now closed. It was odd, but she thought nothing of it at the time. Sam exits her room, looking back at the door as she walks down the dim hallway. She meets Michelle, hands him the money, and returns upstairs. As she opens her door, she sees Iggy's door shut, which surprises her, but she shrugs it off. Later that night, after smoking, Sam drifted into a light sleep. But something wasn't right. In the dark of her room, she could feel it. There, in the corner of the room, was a figure that shouldn't have been there. It wasn't until the figure began to move that Sam realized the horrifying truth. The figure was Iggy. Slowly, deliberately, Iggy crept past Sam's bed, her eyes wide and unfocused. Sam's heart raced in terror, but she dared not move, not wanting to awaken the nightmare. Iggy, moving unnaturally slow, walks past Sam's bed, her eyes fixed straight ahead. The camera focuses on her hands, reaching out and grabbing something. Sam's personal belongings. Sam holds her breath, terrified to make a sound. As the figure finally left the room, Sam was frozen in place. She dared not move until she was sure Iggy was gone. With a surge of courage, she quickly locked her door, her heart pounding. She wouldn't sleep that night. The next day, Sam left the flat and went home. She thought the nightmare was over, but when she returned after the break, something horrifying awaited her. The police had been involved, and what they discovered was even worse than she had imagined. Iggy was forced to move out, but the fear lingered. Sam never saw her again, nor was she told what happened to her. The nightmare had ended, but the unease remained. Sam would never trust a roommate again.